Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is imgaryk, and I'm going to do another little cooking video for you. I'm going to be whipping up my tuna mixture, and that tuna mixture, you'll see the ingredients here shortly, gets generally put on English muffins and then baked, and then some cheese over the top to melt that. But the other day I had these sourdough rolls, so we're going to finish off the last two sourdough rolls instead of English muffins. So let me open these couple of cans of tuna, and then we'll go through the ingredients that get all mixed up with that tuna before it gets placed on either normally English muffins, or in this case some sourdough rolls, and then baked for a while in the oven to get all warm and the cheese melty and all that good stuff. Alright, I've set aside the rolls and the cheese for now, and going to put, first off we're going to start with some blue cheese dressing. And again, I'm just going to pour a little bit in to begin with. The tuna is fairly moist, so don't need a whole lot necessarily, but we may add some later. So some blue cheese dressing. Going to add, this ends up using two different cheeses. Obviously Parmesan cheese in the mixture, and then the Swiss cheese that'll be melted over the top. So I'm going to put in some Parmesan cheese here. Again, just sort of eyeball it. Again, I like oregano. Gives it a little Italian seasoning, a little Italian flavor. So just put in some oregano. Gonna crack some pepper in here. And a little garlic powder, garlic salt. Alright. And depending on what you need, a fork or a spoon, you just want to kind of break this all up. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to stop the camera and finish mixing this up. I'll show you what it kind of looks like after I get done mixing it. Okay, so what you want to do when you're mixing it all up, at least what works best for me, is you want to, I like to break up if there's any chunks of tuna, you know, fairly good size, I want to break those up so the blue cheese and Parmesan cheese and all the flavors get on as much of the surface of the tuna as possible. So you want to break up any big chunks. So just, you know, that's one of the things you're working at when you're, you know, kind of mixing it all together, is just breaking up the chunks and trying to get it small as pieces of tuna as you can, and it all holds together with the Parmesan cheese and the blue cheese dressing. I'm going to cover this, put it in the refrigerator where all those flavors can sort of get to know each other for the next couple of 3-4 hours. Okay, we're back now. The tuna mixture has been in the fridge marinating for a while with all those different seasonings and spices and the Parmesan cheese and the blue cheese, oregano. I did put in some parsley, pepper, salt, garlic powder, that kind of stuff. So that's all in there, and that's been in the fridge, sort of getting to know each other. Got the Swiss cheese I'll be using later. But first what I'm going to do is, like I said, normally I use English muffins. And but since we had these rolls here at the house from the other day when I made the peppers and eggs, there were 4 rolls. So I'm going to use the second 2 rolls and finish off the rolls for this meal. So what's going to happen is I'm going to just lightly, I'm just going to put a little margarine on these right now. Then I'm going to just place them in the oven so that the bread and the butter will melt, or the margarine will melt, and the bread will get warm. So the bread's now back out of the oven. It was just in there a couple of minutes, and you can see, hopefully you can see, the margarine I put on there melted. I mean, this bread alone smells really great. But see, this is, you know, it's not a complicated process. Scooping the tuna into, you know, the little space made by pulling some of that bread out. And you just, you know, nice and even, put that on there. So you can see it's not very complicated. The tuna smells great. I mean, like I said, you can make whatever tuna the way you want to make it. I don't care. This is the way I like tuna. You can yell at me. Where's the celery? Where's the pickle relish? Where's the egg? Eggs and tuna? Nah, not for this kid. So, but Parmesan cheese and some blue cheese dressing and oregano. That's tuna fish salad, or tuna fish. I don't know what you call this, a salad. I don't know what you call that. All right, so there you go. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep these out for now because they'll just get too cooked. But these are going to go back in. I'm going to bake these for a while, probably I don't know, 8-10 minutes. You know, the oven's not very hot. And then once they're all heated up, that's when I'll come back. You know, just put some tuna or some Swiss cheese on there like that, and that's when I'll probably throw the roll, you know, the tops next to these so they warm back up. Then we'll just cap them, and you got a nice little tuna melt sandwich. Okay, I just pulled the tuna back out of the oven. You might see here where it's a little brown on some of the edges, and that's just fine. That just shows it's doing what I want it to. And here's where I come in with the Swiss cheese that's going to melt over this like that, and I will leave the rolls now in here so that, because this is not going to take very long. So this is just that finishing step. All right, where cheese is going to melt. All right, there is the finished product. Got that cheese nice and melted over that tuna. Have some potato chips with it. Got a salad that, you've seen a salad, lettuce, onion, cucumber, tomato, little broccoli. You know, just a garden salad. So there you go. Tuna, I guess this is a tuna melt. I don't really know what I call the other ones when I just make them open face on the English muffins. But there you go. There's a Sunday evening tuna melt. Everybody out there be good, be safe. God bless America, and we'll talk to you all later.